and something in my head went off and said, wait a second, maybe you should go upstairs and do some yoga. I just finished my practice for today, which you'll see in a minute. My body was calling for this, and it was such a great feeling to get up here and move. So most of the yoga that I do is focused around functional movement. When you move, it should feel good. It could feel hard, it could be very difficult, but it should feel good. It should feel like you're also learning about what you're doing as you're doing it, which is one of the main goals of this class, is to teach you how to do it, as well as why you're doing it. The sequence today went all different directions. It was interesting where my body gravitated towards. I don't plan my class, I just move with whatever my body feels like. And sometimes the right and the left side won't be perfectly even, but it's not the purpose of this movement here that I'm recording. This is for you to, if you'd like to see some references as to what I'm doing with my practice, how I'm doing the postures that I'm teaching in my regular classes and in my tutorials. You can actually see me go through them in the flow. The special postures in the practice are going to be marked below. There's going to be a time. Just click on that time and it skips right to that part of the video where you can watch just that. If you like this video, please hit subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
A lot of material to cover in today's video, starting in a chair pose and slowly reaching the arms up, letting the lower back lengthen, get longer, and exhale folding, getting the length in the back of the legs. You'll see a couple of angles here. You can really see the muscles of the back of the legs working and stretching. Find our way back into a down dog. Now, this is a movement I like a lot these days, this sliding across the floor very low all the way forward. And today I'm pushing it a little bit beyond, and I'm keeping my toes long on the floor. This made my feet feel really fantastic today. I keep working on this, getting into our flow, lifting the right leg up, playing with the range of motion with the right leg all the way forward and all the way back before stepping it forward, bringing the back knee to the floor, and playing with the arms just to feel the calibration here. So calibration is something that I do whenever I'm in a posture and I want to feel if there's something that I'm not seeing, or if there's something that's not working right. If you can see, the toe was tucked under until about a second ago. I'm switching into a stretch on the inner thigh and then a side plank. This side plank felt really good to hold. I'm trying to hold it until I'm really exhausted, and when I get to that exhaustion point, I challenge it even more. I start moving the top arm around a little bit. Always good to finish it up with push-ups, feeling the chest. Let's do the other side. The left leg is also exploring the range of motion all the way forward and backwards. I'm starting to roll on the toes already here. I like that feeling. And then from an up dog to laying down, what I'm doing here is, as I'm pointing my toes, I'm stretching the muscles of my lower stomach. Continuing our sequence on that side, bringing the right knee to the floor and finding the calibration, reaching the arms. It's such a great skill to have, to use the arms to move around in a posture in relation to the posture. So a lot of the posture can stay still, but you can move the arms around and see how that makes the whole body feel. Finding my way into a side plank again, looking up towards the ceiling, opening the chest, pushing the floor away from me, getting length and lift away from the floor, using the top arm to test the limits of this posture, and finish it up with some wax on, wax off, back to down dog. Sometimes it's good to hold in down dog for a few seconds, catch your breath, let the shoulders work again. Coming into the middle of the mat, coming up on the toes, and finding a balance. This was very tricky today. See here in the middle, my heels come down, but just come back up again, find the balance, and into a crow. This is a natural progression right into a crow from that posture. I took my sweet time getting into this crow today, and as I was lowering it into a headstand, that felt also something I haven't done in a very long time. I had to adjust my hands in the handstands there, in the headstands, and then drop into a chaturanga or into a plank. And I gave you a couple of cuts there to see the actual drop from both the side and from the back. Changing direction so you can see the leg scissor technique. Decided today to just go up and down and in and out, but I'm working my arms and upper back and chest by changing the arm positioning and finishing with a Navasana. Folding forward to release the lower back, coming back up, and this was kind of like the first end of the first sequence, but then I felt like I needed something else. So coming back to the middle of the mat, I find a high lunge. Tightening the back leg, my glutes are starting to get strong again. This is a sequence that's you'll see many times in my class, from a high lunge to a warrior 2, to an extended side angle, and then bringing the arms up. And I'm holding it extra long today. I want to feel that fatigue in the hip and in the muscles. I like to teach the muscles that they can hold this under tension for quite a while. I find it to be very advantageous when you practice in general, because when your muscles are that strong, it's easier to hold postures for a longer time. I'm shifting and twisting in the posture itself to challenge again the right hip and the right leg, and to teach it to stay in place as everything else can move around it. Even in this stretch here, where I'm pulling on my back foot, this fine detail here at the end of trying to straighten the front leg, that's where I am in my progression, and it's hard for me to find that front leg to be straight. Going to the other side, you can see much better here. I'm trying to straighten the back leg, opening to a wide warrior 2. We're going to find our way into an extended A. I like to take the time on the transition and in the arms lifting up. And already here, just by looking at this footage, I can see that I'm a little arched in the lower back, my stomach is sticking a little forward, and my throat's a little tight. So that's something I can work on. It's good that I see these things as well in the videos. It's not about being perfect. It's about finding how you can improve. And I notice more and more that when in lieu of a teacher, if I don't have someone to tell me how I'm doing, it's really great to look at the footage and see how you're doing. Thanks for joining.